Hello, this is Bill Zoller with the Wellness Warriors Ministry, and today we are going to be discussing sugars and artificial sweeteners, a topic that has great relevance to the issue of our physical health. This won't be a comprehensive discussion, but it will touch on some of the main issues that we may want to help clarify. Let me start by saying that sugar and many of the artificial sweeteners, in fact all of them, contribute to a number of physical maladies, including weight gain, type 2 diabetes, probably contribute to heart disease and cancer, create glucose dysregulation. There is also a link to fibromyalgia and high blood pressure. Sugar is in many ways a toxin, and so we need to eliminate it from our diet in every way that we can. It tends to scramble all of our normal appetite controls. It increases belly fat. Excessive sugar creates a compound called advanced glycation end products, AGEs, that lead to lines and wrinkles in our skin, and in that sense increases the rate of aging. So I want to start by talking about an artificial sweetener called acesulfame. And particularly aspartame acesulfame salt is an artificial sweetener marketed under the name Twin Sweet. It is a product that's produced by soaking a 2-to-1 mixture of aspartame and acesulfame in an acidic solution and allowing it to crystallize. So that said, this is a highly synthetic product that really we should not be using. Next, a word about saccharin in Sweeten Low and Sugar Twin. It is banned in other countries and consistently in animal studies creates cancer, so we shouldn't be using that. Next, a word about the sugar alcohols called sorbitol, xylitol, and erythritol. The safety of these products really needs to be clarified because we don't think it has been adequately. These are genetically modified products and they can cause nausea. Next, a word about Splenda, sucralose. This is a synthetic additive created by chlorinating sugar. In the 5-step patented process of making sucralose, 3 chlorine molecules are added to a sugar molecule. So here we have a highly processed artificial sugar that we think is unhealthy and that people should not be consuming. Next, a word about aspartame, more clarification about that in NutraSweet and Equal. It is a synthetic chemical, combination of chemicals really, which is comprised of about 50% phenylalanine, 40% aspartic acid, and 10% methanol. Why would we ever want to consume something like that? It causes more adverse symptoms and health conditions and diseases than all the other food additives combined. That's aspartame. Let's not use that one. It also creates some neurobehavioral effects like headaches, insomnia, seizures, depression, and probably compromises our learning ability. Just a comment about sugar and reading food labels. We included this in one of our prior videos, but I wanted to repeat. Avoid any added sugar in the first 3 to 5 ingredients on the food label of the food labels of your processed foods. Be aware of evaporated cane sugar and words that end in OSE, like maltose, dextrose, sucrose, and make every effort to avoid those. Next, a couple of words about stevia. Stevia is a plant, but it creates a dilemma because not all stevia is created equal. It's a non-caloric sweetener, but be sure to select products that say on the ingredients label whole leaf stevia. Only use that. Don't use a product called Rabaudioside. Don't use that type of stevia or stevia extract. And so stevia ends up being another product that comes from a plant but is highly processed, and we recommend if you're going to use it with caution because the some of the federal agencies, including the World Health Organization, recommends caution. And so if you're going to use it, use only 2 stevia sweetened beverages a day, not more, because if you take more, you can get into physical difficulties. Next, agave nectar. Agave nectar. It's made from the starch of the plant's root. The starch, called inulin, is made up of 70% fructose. That's a lot of fructose, more than in high fructose corn syrup. So it may increase triglycerides, contribute to heart disease and fatty liver, and even contribute to diabetes and weight gain. So most of it is highly processed, and we think that it's an unhealthy sweetener. So here is just a brief summary of the ones that we want to avoid. We would recommend avoiding erythritol. I used to recommend it because it has some antioxidants in it, but now we know that it does create some gastrointestinal problems. Avoid all artificial sweeteners. Avoid sweet tea. Down here in the South, everybody drinks sweet tea. It's loaded with artificial sweeteners. High fructose corn syrup is extremely unhealthy for you. We'd recommend you avoid that, and avoid soda. There's just no benefit to consuming soda. It's all downside on a physical basis. Also, be cautious of table sugar and high fructose corn syrup, and all of your processed foods that you eat, like candies and cookies. Minimize those or try to eliminate those because they all have added sugar or processed sugar. Diet soda is a nightmare. We believe that we should just be consuming good, clean water instead. Diet soda is water and artificial sweeteners and other additives such as phosphoric acid and colorings and all this mess. It is just a bad sort of product for us physically and contributes to all sorts of health problems. Sweetened beverages account for about 180,000 deaths worldwide each year, and about 25,000 deaths in our own country. Next, just a couple of words about sugar addiction. We have really millions of people in our country who are addicted to sugar. When you eat sweetened products and sugar, it lightens up the pleasure centers in the brain in a very powerful way. In rat studies, these animals in laboratory settings will select sugar water over cocaine. So that gives you a little bit of a feel for how addictive sugar can be. So we recommend that at least on a gradual basis, people begin to opt for non-sweet foods so that they can reorient their taste buds, and they would be contributing greatly to their physical health if they do that. Some people may require some detox procedures when they try to wean themselves from sugar, and it may take several days to several weeks to change our taste preferences. Here are some forms of sugar that are actually good for us and that we recommend. These are sugars that the body can easily recognize and assimilate, and that provide vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that the body needs. They include naturally occurring sugars from fruits and vegetables, coconut palm sugar, honey, maple sugar, and so on. But first, let me say a word about dates. Dates are a fantastic food. They have no adverse effects on blood sugar or weight, although they're very sweet. Researchers say that dates may be considered an almost ideal food, and so we recommend that people eat dates, and we consider date sugar to be one of the healthiest sweeteners on planet Earth. It's just whole, dried, pulverized dates. It has fiber, and so it has a bit of a thickening effect in smoothies or in hot chocolate, but very good for you. Next, coconut palm sugar has more potassium, magnesium, and iron than white sugar, and it has a lower glycemic index than white sugar, so we consider that a good sugar. Honey. It is the least refined sweetener in the world. It has antioxidants that can kill colon cancer, causing enzymes, and it may improve our blood sugar control. It may help alleviate seasonal allergies, and it activates serotonin in our brain to lift our mood and help us to have healthy sleep. Maple sugar is full of minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants and amino acids. It may lower our LDL, bad cholesterol, so we would consider that a healthy sugar. Also, unsulfured blackstrap molasses. It is made by refining cane sugar and sugar beets, so it is a somewhat refined product, and I am hesitant to recommend it at 100% because of that, but it does have an abundance of minerals like iron, calcium, and magnesium. Fruit, I want to say a word about fruit. The desire for sweet-tasting foods is perfectly normal and natural. Sugar, as it occurs in whole foods like fruit, should be encouraged. There's good, solid research that indicates that our health is greatly enhanced by consuming fruit. So we recommend that people eat fruit, not fruit juice. Fruit juice is not the same as eating the whole fruit for a number of reasons. For your baking, you can use applesauce, prunes, date sugar, or dates for sweetness instead of sugar. And again, we recommend that instead of drinking sweet beverages, that you just drink good, clean water. We thank you very much for being with us today. We urge you to take a look at our website at mywellnesswarriors.com. You can email us at wazahler, Z-A-H-L-E-R, at gmail.com. And please friend us on Facebook. The name is William Zahler. Thank you.